Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ToutSuite Tasting in the Dark. This evening we have three esteemed panelists that will be taking an audacious and almost vivisectionist, I can't say that anymore, vivisectionist look at the wines in front of them. So, we all know the format. They have 15 minutes to break down 6 wines. Somewhere around 7.5 minutes, we'll start teasing them mercilessly until they yield and ultimately put their pens down with graded scores down below. Let's introduce our esteemed panel. From left to right, we've got Mr. Brian Page. Brian, say hi to the big bad cyber world out there.
Sup?
Go on. Next, we have Stephanie DeMasi, veteran taster here at ToutSuite, and always a lovely gift to have at the table.
Hi, cyber world.
Tim, that just leaves you, big guy. Who are you and why are you here?
You know, we're here. We love this program. We're a big fan, and I hope I can hang with these two, huh?
All right, Tim, what's your last name?
McGinnis.
And what factor of the wine world or the global world community do you
Restaurateur by trade, run a nice little country club in town. The only private club in town, Napa Valley Country Club, and pretty cool spot.
It is a really interesting golf program.
Yeah.
All right, you've now been educated of the rules. You have the pens and tally sheets in front of you. A to B, moving left to right. Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay. So, an intense panel that I'm going to lean on pretty intensely to try and figure out who's the monkey, who's the chief. So first, if you'd be so kind, Jessica, introduce yourself to the big wine world out there.
So my name is Jessica Smith, and I'm at the St. Helena Wine Center in St. Helena. So, yeah.
Longtime veteran and actually not only a California native, but a St. Helena native. Who, I'm sorry, a moment ago you said your grandparents were whom?
The Beringers.
I think I've heard of them. Maybe a Rhine house here or there. So excellent. The history in that house goes back 150, 200 years?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I'm 6th generation.
6 generations of St. Helena. Outstanding. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That just doesn't exist.
No.
It's quite a pleasure to be sitting with you. Okay, now let's look at these fine few in front of us. So, Brian Page, all in black, really kind of out of his element. I think he maybe was supposed to be living on the East Coast, got trapped here in California. There was a flood, maybe even a mudslide, and Shazam, he found himself rooted here in Napa Valley. Uh-huh. The glasses are good. You get a studious look out of him, but he's got a monkey shirt on. Yeah. So I think we've got a runaway lead for monkey versus king at this point. But the tables get turned over all the time. Yeah. DeMasi, nicknamed DeMassive. She's Herculean in her abilities to break down wines. Studious to the core. New York veteran. She's not going to yield to this, not in any way. Then we've got Tim. Just by the arched eyebrow and the cheeks, you know this guy's about fun. He's got a jovial look. This guy should be Santa Claus. We got to get him to grow a beard. What do you think?
I think he should.
All right. Now, he's a little ponderous in how he's bringing up the glass. A lot of mouth action, possibly, late bloomer, mom breastfed him too late. I'm not sure. But overall, seems to be really dedicated to the glass. Mm-hmm. So if you were looking at these wines, what do you think the general charms would be kind of in wine A?
In wine A, it is, I would say, a little different to its varietal, so it's going to kind of surprise them a little bit. Okay, so I'd be interested to see what that they're going to guess. Mm-hmm. Okay. All of them. Okay. A, B, and C.
Okay. Now, the St. Helena Wine Center is quite a famous spot, particularly for all of those out in Cyberworld. Yeah. If you happen to be here in St. Helena and you need a trophy, I don't mean a token of achievement, I mean a trophy. Walk into this particular wine shop, acknowledge certainly the staff, but breeze straight to the back because there are trophies hidden in that closet. Everything from bottles of luxury cuvées of Chardonnay or the likes of Point Rouge from Peter Michael or the Kongsgaard wines, right across the puddle to bottles of Petrus and Lafite and the more momentous wines that have ever been made globally. All wrapped around a package where it's just a fun place to go and visit. So it's right on Main Street there in St. Louis. What's the address?
1321 Main Street.
And if there was a web address, what would that be?
It would be www.shwc.com.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to the table. certainly the least animated group I've seen in a while. I don't know if it's because it was bloody hot on a Monday and 100 degrees will kind of suck the life out of anybody. Well, look at that. We got him to smile. The jovial guy breaks free for us. Watch the birds sing. He just takes a light. It's lovely to see. Yeah. All right, Damassi's now getting scared because she knows that the twisting of my tongue will scorn her next. And look at, she's such an easy target. Yeah. She's going to dribble on herself. I mean, I'm just waiting. Hopefully there's a red wine in there that'll dribble on it. It's going to be great.
All over the white shirt.
Okay, exactly. Well, anyone who's got to throw down and wear white on a day of red wine tasting, big cojones, big cojones. Yeah. I like that style.
Definitely.
Back to the Brian guy.
He's serious.
He's serious, but almost pontificating, maybe? I'm not really sure. The pen hasn't hit the paper often enough to feel that maybe there's education behind it? Or is this just, you think this guy's just going to shoot from the hip?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. He does seem to have a bit of panache or flair for traipsing into the unknown, unarmed and willing to fail, but miraculously coming out ahead. Mm-hmm. Isn't that the greatest story of what winemaking is in California? I mean, if you're going to launch a brand, you got to have those kind of brass balls. And Brian's wines are lovely, I must say. We'll let him introduce his brand a little later. So, okay, we're just about 6, almost 7 minutes in. I think we get to yell. Do you want to yell at them for me? Tell them to empty their glasses and recharge?
Yeah.
All right, here it
Okay,
is.
empty your glasses.
And the second part?
Recharge.
Nice, okay. Okay. This is the point in the experience where, you really do get to learn a lot about what's going on. Look at these guys, just willy-nilly throwing wine in a bucket. You'd think there wasn't a common grace between them. And for this Tim guy, I know he's a bit of a legend in the hospitality arena right here. I mean, anyone that's spent that many years dedicated at a place as lofty as Auberge, you expect, oh, look at this. They're all befuddled. This is, I don't think there's going to be a king. I think it's 3 monkeys. Okay, so... always the courteous guy. Look at this guy, Tim. Not only helping ladies first, but, well, wait, never mind. Right out the door. We try and give the guy a compliment. Boom. Just pisses it on the ground. It's painful to watch. Even with the wine as dense and red as that, I fear for his safety. I think we're going to have to write a letter to those fine folks up at the Napa Valley Country Club because, this is unacceptable. This blatant disregard for... Okay, let's get back to the table. Okay. So now they've got 3 red wines in front of them. Just from our perspective, they sit beautifully in the glass, nice colors, and I do think that maybe one of these wines was either filtered or perhaps cleaned up in a way because the glass on the left is super bright. Yeah. Was it chosen for clarity, or is there another reason?
We chose everything because our store represents small boutique brands. So everything on there is going to be a small boutique brand that you're not going to find anywhere else. So
now,
I did pick main varietals. There is another one in there that'll be fun to see them guess as well.
Excellent. Very nice. I liked having some devious qualities in a tasting lineup. Okay, let's push them a little harder. Okay, you guys were really slow on that first flight. You're going to have to step it up. I mean, this is point critical now, all right? Buckle down. I need to see performance. These people out in Cyberland, do you think they're here for fun? Well, actually, you are. Sorry. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in. But we need some comments, people. We need some Twitter movement. What is going on with these people? I've been doing this alone for months. I know that it's like pulling teeth here. It's unbelievable. Thank God you're a lovely young woman. We can knit this thing together with paste and, I don't know, bubble gum. Okay. Oh, whoa. Do you see that? Tim, now, not only did we crack the facade, he had to wipe away the perspiration. This guy's under the gun. Okay, now Stephanie raises the glass, pulls back that lovely liquid, swishes it around. Is it going to spit out? Is this going to be the moment where she dribbles on that white blouse? No, she holds it together. Whew, that was close. That was close. Okay, we might only get one more chance at that. So there you go. Snarfing is encouraged. Okay, Mr. Page, he's top of the card, bottom of the card, left side, right side. Is this a shoot from the hip guy that we spoke of earlier? Is he going to go the shotgun method and just blasting crap out there left and right and hope that some law of the universe brings it back in such a way that, I'm concerned for his safety again. I mean, but no one is really taking the lead position. I mean, they're coming around the third. I'm not much of a horse race, but do you horse race?
No.
Horse racing at all? What is it called? They go around the track. You got certain markers. Anyway,
I don't know.
somebody out there, please help us. We're
Somebody
dying here. Anyway, the horse is coming around the track. He's in the home stretch. All of the wines have been, at least in a cursory way, examined. And I'm not seeing an affinity for any one glass. Normally, by this point, everyone's kind of yielded and decided, I have to go here. I have to do this. But now, there's no have to. It's only want to. This is a want to group. Oh my gosh. I think ladies and gentlemen, we've just learned something quite important here. So it's almost as if that it's a Stephanie sandwich. Because we've got the white bread on both sides and the meat in the middle. Although she could be pastrami. Yeah. Flavorful, kind of naughty, but something you would seek out. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's our girl. Okay, so we've got exactly 1 minute left, ladies and gentlemen, and or maybe we've got 2.5 minutes left. We're still making it up as we go along. That's why it's so much fun. I'm starting to think that Brian's making a move. I think he's going to actually push Stephanie back and try and sit closer to Tim in the hopes that he could learn something. I mean, I know I would. Yeah. Whoa, we're already on the backside. They're now writing notes to each other. Oh boy. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we've gone to a lot of very scary places here at ToutSuite Tasting in the Dark. This is a first. So, there it is. We don't know what that was, but it was. I'm afraid. I think that Brad Pitt's going to come in here. This guy's turning into a zombie. I'm not sure. The good news is he'll never die, and the bad news is he won't get to drink any great wine. So. Okay, I think we're done. So time is, hey, look at that, it just ended. Let's go grab their tally sheets from them, Jessica. We're going to snuggle up on this side to see what these people thought of the wines and ultimately unveil the winner. All right, here we go.
Steady.
You're good, Dad. Oh, everybody out there, sorry, but I don't know if you can see dead. This is deep, sorry. This is the very definition of large animal. Hunker down there. Sweetie.
Okay. She was supposed to be the third taster today, but she's come down with a bit of the flu.
Yeah.
So they chose me instead.
It happens to the best
I
of
was
us.
the villain.
It's tough. No one said it was going to be easy, but at this table, the meek shall perish. And I must say, it was very impressive watching you guys taste today. We've never had this quiet of a panel. So either the wines were just that unbelievably good and they were bolted to the table, or it's so hot out, they just don't have any idea where they are, what they're doing. So on that note, Tim.
A and B, absolutely.
You have now been presented 6 wines of unique characteristics. What do you think?
You know, all of them were good of character. Okay. You know, they truly showed what we were looking for. They're very similar, but you really felt the handcraft style of all of them. And they were close. You know, my scores were very similar. And we went back 2 or 3 times to figure out who were the stars, definitely.
Yeah. Outstanding. A tight table. That's always good to see.
Absolutely.
That the ones were chosen very well. Mr. Massey, I praise you for remaining unscathed at this fateful point of our evening.
Near miss on that bloody nose, though.
I'm sorry?
I said near miss on that bloody
nose. That was close. We almost got you to snarf, which that has happened a couple times. It led to 1 fatality, but we pretty much got it put back together. What'd you think of the flight?
I thought it was really unique compared to the last time here. Yeah, you felt like there was a really small batch kind of indicative tone going on all 6 of them. They had some real interesting nuances. None of them were identical. I believe sometimes we've had a lot of similarities in the wine. It was really fun. I'm interested to see if some of the farming techniques that some of these people are involved in, because I think a lot of that is indicative from the farming that's going on, not necessarily just winemaking processes. So.
Spoken like a true master of wine candidate, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. Okay, Mr. Page. It has come down to you, sir. The 2 co-tasters have done their work diligently. They reformed and were being liberal. How do you elevate yourself above these guys?
Well, in all reality, when I taste these wines, it's like I see kind of a couple things here. It's like I see one where vineyard varietal is kind of pushing through, whereas there's a few that actually you can see the wicked hand of the winemaker spanking it.
Interesting.
Did I say that out loud? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, there's some things where it's where there's technique that's definitely involved in there, or processes, and then there's some that where it's really trying to push vineyard and varietal moreover.
Interesting. Was one of these 6 examples particularly inspiring?
I liked them all because, well, they're wine and they're delicious, and they went down my gullet, and I'm enjoying life right now. Especially
Irish is a good thing. Yes.
Hey, amen to it. Scotch, sorry, other side.
Scotch is good, okay.
So, you know, and just trying to get through it, make sure the Great Dane doesn't go crazy, and you know.
It's not a good Dane. That's a great.
It's a great Dane, not your average Dane, but a great Dane. No, I just found it fascinating because I haven't done something like this in a very long time.
Excellent.
So,
well,
yeah.
the scores have been tabulated by the esteemed firm of Lustau and Lustau, and I believe we're about to reveal our winners now.
All right.
That's awesome.
Good job, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes. That was pretty quick. Usually it takes a little bit longer. I mean, that's, you know, just...
We felt the pressure.
No bullshit, man.
It's
I mean,
105 today. I think
Yeah, it's
everyone's
105,
a little
and it's professionalism and cluelessism.
that's fantastic.
Clueless.
Cluelessism.
Being
So-
cluelessism.
Yes, exactly.
There was a couple of ties. So tie for the 5 and 6 came up with the same scores, and then we're gonna reveal one number 5. So and the one number that's C. Sorry. C. With
Dun,
C.
dun, dun, dun. Classic on the table, ladies and gentlemen.
Stony
Yes, sir.
Hill. One of my favorites.
All right. So
Ooh, that was my favorite.
2008.
Absolutely.
So-
Great one.
so this is Stony Hill.
Yep.
Okay, and pretty much the scores. Brian liked it more than anybody else. You got a 15 on that,
Because it's stinky.
and yeah.
It's stinky.
All right, so let's reveal B. No, right there.
Henry, unoaked Chardonnay. George and the boys go from rocket science to wine grape growing.
So all right, so and so B, same thing. 11, 11, 13. You know, nothing to. What's so special? Why did you pick this one for the store?
I picked the Hendry Unoaked because you see so many barrel fermented, and we've started to see a lot of unoaked become popular, and people are looking for that. So I thought it was fun. It's different for its varietal.
Yeah.
It's not
Absolutely.
oaked
And he's crazy.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
it.
I love
That's
everything
the
that
beautiful
they
thing
do.
about
He
it.
is
The wines are
crazy,
great.
and we all love him.
He's a great, he's a great guy. So then we're gonna go to number 4, and that would be wine D, which is right there, and I never heard of it. This is Pop Valley 2010 Trey UV. That's how you say it.
Get out.
Yeah.
2000. So tell us a little bit more about this one here.
So I picked that because everybody's shocked, like, really? Pop Valley? You know, they don't know it. They've never heard of it. They don't even know that there's really a winery out there. So it's fun. They are really coming around. with
I
all
think
their
Pope
varietals.
Valley's the next region that we're all going to have to pay attention
Totally.
to. Coombsville got their appellation. Pope Valley's next.
Yeah.
What is the blend?
What is it, blend?
So
Yeah.
they change it all the time. So they do Merlot, Cab, and I believe that there's a little Zin in there.
Wow.
Really?
Interesting
Yeah,
trilogy.
but they do
Uh, so
Merlot, Cab, everything. It's
so
great.
how much will you pay for this wine? Come on, I'm not
Honestly?
this one. Yeah, honestly, yeah.
$4.99.
$4.99.
$4.99. I wasn't too impressed, to be honest with you.
$4.99.
I loved
D.
it, but I thought it had a
I thought-
You get it, man, yeah, yeah.
Sonoma
I thought it- I
kind of
mean-
Pinot or some sour or something.
Exactly. If it's Pinot,
I
I'd say
was
yes, it's
super
delicious. But
confused.
But being a
yeah, I was
blend.
confused.
Yeah, but you have like a good score on this one though.
I did. I loved it, but I never. And I'll be honest with you, I never would have bought that wine based on package alone.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Yeah.
blown away by it. And if I see it in the label, and of course know much about the appellation up and coming, You're right. I probably wouldn't have thought to
So,
spend much on it.
how much should we pay for it?
If for thinking what I thought it was,
Yeah.
I would have spent $30, $28 or something on it retail. Yeah, I would have been thrilled
you?
with it. I
You know,
thought-
absolutely. I think that, I think the brown bag, hit this wine well. This wine showed very, very well against the other three. And this is, this is a $30 bottle of wine.
Yeah. And so what was the reason? What, a 9?
It just,
I mean, 9.
it's for being a blend of what we have here. If I knowing that, I would not pay that much for that. Just know it.
But not knowing that, what did you think of it?
I thought it was great. I mean, it was delicious. I mean, but it was my least favorite wine of every single one of them.
Sure.
Because I thought it was just I thought it was a funky Zin. I mean, a funky
right
Pinot
on.
Noir.
Is that a big seller for you at the store?
It is.
What's the retail?
30.
Okay.
There you go.
But
Nailed
right
it,
on.
baby.
Do you hand sell? You have
We
to
hand sell
sell it.
everything. We
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And that's why
I think range is a bit cheap.
Yeah.
Huh? No, I mean, it's just like, I've heard good things about these guys, but to be honest with you, in comparison to what I tasted and everything else, that was the...
Wasn't
You got to give
It wasn't
someone a
me.
low score. Shame on you.
It wasn't me. It's all good. It's all beautiful. Make wine. Make love.
All right, so I'm gonna ask everybody to retaste number 1, and A and E, definitely. A. No, A is the clear winner. We're gonna test again. Sorry, the clear winner. We're gonna test E and F. E and F. This
Last
is with the
two.
tight for the second and third place. So
Last two.
you should try too,
Interesting. I think
because
I will.
you may be the deal breaker. Come on,
Oh boy.
got some fun. There you go. So you guys can change the score. This is your last opportunity of changing the scores.
No.
After you keep the way it
No.
is. All right.
No.
All right.
I'm good with what I have.
Okay. Any guess on the grape varietal, guys, or maybe like some fun here? Like where you think that's coming from? Is it a blend? This is a hillside, valley floor.
Well, they're as different as they are in color.
Yes.
I mean, I think these are 2 of my 3 top wines.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Will you be proud to make a wine like that?
excuse me?
Will you be proud to
Yeah,
make
I
a
think
wine
these
like
are
that?
delicious,
Absolutely.
and for what they are, it's like it's interesting because one's big and bold and spank you, and another one's just kind of more seductive,
Yes.
and that's what I
Absolutely.
enjoyed about both of them because it was almost that hot, cold, caress and crack of the whip.
Wow. This guy's good. I mean,
Trying to
he
say.
hit it.
Silver tongue delicacy.
I would take the same words and repeat them.
PageSellers.com.
Page Wine
Page
Company.
Wine
These two wines
Revolver Wine Company.
spectacularly.
Can you imagine him like a dress up in spandex, black, just
You've never been
Like
to
in a
South.
gummy.
It'd be beautiful.
And a pink tutu.
in a pink tutu. So all right, so you guys are changing your scores, your thoughts. So we're gonna have a tie. So I'm gonna need to have my good friend Matt to
Who wins?
go into that.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
It's come to this.
That's E and F, yeah.
First
Why they
again,
say
first
you
time in
think
history.
that.
Panel.
Yeah,
Tiebreaker.
yeah.
Panel stand strong.
Gosh, triple digits has just turned this valley upside down, ladies and gentlemen. I am gonna go with F.
F. Okay.
Yeah, there's a finesse to it that
Good
the other
decision.
wine lacks.
But-
Now, again, to further
Yes.
all of your points, there's nothing wrong with either.
No,
They were
exactly.
actually pretty fun to taste.
Well, obviously there is something wrong because Stephanie put a 9 on the F
I don't
and
like gamey wines.
and Brian put a 80
I
on
mean,
that.
it's just a style
So
of
there is, you know, man.
I don't care. I don't like gamey wines.
Food-wise, this is the most intriguing out of
Yes.
every single one of them, except for that Gewürztraminer, which is really funky.
Dude, yeah, if you throw up some
It's like,
lamb
no,
burgers
food-wise.
right here, medium rare and feta, maybe. But other than that, I do not care for gamey wines, and I hold strong to my number. I would not buy a wine based on those flavor characteristics. 'Cause it's not my thing.
I think it's got
Sorry.
Fussy little
It's got
princess.
great
As
fruit.
I think the sexiness of both of these
Yes.
stands alone, and they're two different sexy women.
Exactly.
So, all right, so I guess number 3 is E, right?
Yes.
You voted for
As
F.
I got the
Yes.
smackdown, yep, if you
Yes.
would unmask.
Okay, sorry. And number 3 is Dove Hill.
Number 3,
And
number 6.
Cabernet Sauvignon 2009. Tell us a little bit more about that
So
one.
that is a project that my grandparents and I are doing.
Congratulations.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
It's
So
the
I thought it
ringer.
was kind of fun to throw it in.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So that's E,
Only
right?
47
Yeah.
cases are produced.
Oh, so it's a,
Very,
it's a volume build, is what you're saying.
47
Okay.
cases of
That was
barrels.
delicious.
Wow.
I've tasted that before.
2 barrels. Interesting.
Where'd you
Mr.
get the-
Teddy.
Yeah, where's the fruit?
It's delicious.
In Hope Valley.
Hope Valley, love it.
Yeah.
It felt like Hope Valley. That's great.
And it's all cab?
All cap.
Yeah, this is
Wow, it's really
delicious.
plush.
Yeah.
It is.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
All right, well,
Hope
second
Valley's-
runner-up.
So what, and what is the price on that?
It's 50.
50?
Every penny,
Wow.
worth it.
That's a revelation. That was
Yeah,
really
I've
Yes.
had that before, and I loved it. You know, Ted did it.
Yeah.
And this is delicious.
The
I like
supply and demand dictates it, absolutely.
It's funny because E, I mean, that's, you know, the scores are tighter with E. Just 12, 13, 16. The other one was 14, 9, and 18. That's your fault. I mean, really.
I know.
But no, I mean, I was in your camp though. I mean, I was helping the team.
Yeah. It's true. So all right. So let's reveal wine number 2, and that's F.
Bottle
You
F.
do the honors. Go ahead.
Hey, Neil. Zen?
That's Zen? That's Zen?
Rutherford Dust Vineyards.
Wow. Okay,
What?
we're gonna keep the last one and try to guess a grape. It seems to be
That's Zen?
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So this is a Neil
Oh, we gotta go back.
2011 from Rutherford Dust Vineyard. Where is that?
That is, I don't know exactly where he gets his grapes from, but it's in the Rutherford, it's part of the Rutherford Dust.
Yeah, but so that's not that's so this is a blend of vineyards. I mean,
Yeah.
okay, that's not a single vineyard.
Probably Neil farmed.
Yeah.
One
Wow.
imagine.
I
One would
can't
go
imagine
to
otherwise.
that conclusion.
Yeah, you would think, sure, absolutely.
I think
Yeah,
he would do
sure.
that.
Wow. Yeah, right.
Brains and beauty,
Yes.
right here.
We got a double package here.
So
What a combo.
yeah. And you guys didn't find the grape on that, so that was
No,
what was the hold up on that? You don't think that there was a Zephaniah characteristics or?
No, it reminds me, I mean,
At the
looking,
structure cap.
yeah. I mean, but it's like color-wise, it's like, I mean, just wonder, I wonder what the structure of the grape was. I mean, I wonder how big the grape set was. I'm wondering a whole bunch of things now.
Yeah.
It's messing with my mind. I love it. At the
It
same
is.
time,
I mean, that's a Zen vanilla. It's a sleeper. There's no doubt that you know it could play into a lot of different varietals.
yeah.
And you're right. It definitely doesn't have a lot of the nuances of the Zen, does it? Really?
Probably pretty much vintage.
What's
Indicative.
the vintage?
2011.
2011.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
yeah.
Already? Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's going to be some interesting wines in that vintage. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That vintage is going to have some great wines,
Yeah.
and it's going to have some ungreat wines, and we're going to have a lot of different experiences through it.
No, it's not a matter of being tricked. It's a matter of this is the most intriguing thing as from coming from the kitchen, going to winemaking, and pursuing my life. This is the most intriguing wine out of all of them. Sans, the Gewürztraminer I just love that noise because it's stanky and
Yes.
there's so many crazy things I can do with that. But this one when it comes to barbecue and everything that we're thinking about because it's 100 some odd barbecue, blah 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 blah. This is the most intriguing wine to cook for. I mean, whether it's just a chunk of dead lamb on a barbecue and whatnot. But you can even get
Much
away
easier
with
than live lamb.
yeah, right. But you can get away with a whole
Imagine
lot
the
with this
bites.
stuff. And
Once you cook it,
bite, man.
yes.
yeah, but I just find this
And
intriguing.
you know, really, it's true. I mean, the surprise was the Gewürz, and now the bigger surprise is Zen, isn't it?
Exactly, right.
I totally
Exactly.
agree that
You have
know, and
annihilated
You're talking
it.
about a classic Stony Hill. You know, I mean, I got on that waiting list to get online. You know, when I was a kid at 14 in the Valley. And I still only get a case a year. And to Neil, who I have no idea who they are. I mean, you're talking about the old guard, the new guard, and still great variance between the two.
Okay, number one is A, and who wants to guess the grape, the varietal?
It's Viognier.
Viognier.
I was like in an Albarino, Simeon Sauvignon Blanc thing.
Yeah, good.
I couldn't get over the cheese rind, so.
But you loved it. You
I loved it.
Yeah.
Again, this is another one of those
It's a
wines where I can
style.
go.
It's a
There's so
style.
many different things to do.
So
food-wise.
Viognier, Barigno,
Uh-huh.
and what? What do you think?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I want to say deep down it's a Funkadunk Chardonnay, but let's go from there.
Schnozberry.
Funkadunk Chardonnay.
Funkadunk Chardonnay.
I would have guessed that, but Viognier is more of a Funkadunk.
Viognier.
Come on,
And
V.
how much should we pay for it? Before we, I wanted. How much should we pay for it?
28.
28 for you?
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go with that.
So under 30, like a 25, 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah, that was delicious. I liked it.
Follow, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is.
Get the hell out.
Dove Hill,
No.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Hey! Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, Valley?
Actually, no, it's Rutherford.
Rutherford.
Yeah.
Oh,
It has 14% semi on
Rutherford.
it, so you're right.
How much? Yeah.
That's
Just because they're
Just
louder,
on the
don't
threshold.
You were right
All right.
last night.
The depth is great, though, huh?
Could
I
I
love-
actually
I
retaste
love that
that?
wine.
Sure.
Absolutely.
That was like my favorite of the whites,
4
man.
months.
Wow.
Yeah, can I
You
get
know
a
what?
rinse and
It's
dink?
got a really nice
Yeah.
perimeter
Make you do
build.
I want your cooties.
Oh, you licked my
Actually-
chin last week.
You what? Say it again?
Stephanie's cooties are some of the finest. I mean, I've never had the
know.
pleasure, but
Most I've
I
paid
have
for.
heard.
It's interesting just letting
I'm
it.
not gonna-
But it's like,
Quite
now that we
the kind of
know.
commercial we're looking
Now that
for.
we know, but it's pretty interesting. It's like it's interesting when you
I
let
don't think
the
I'm gonna
thing
get to that.
breathe rather than. Yeah, it starts
design
screaming that.
So how many cases was this one made?
117.
I don't know. So
Oh,
this,
wow,
this
you're really
Dove Hill
pushing the
project
barriers.
is
A
a
monster
choice.
production.
Yeah.
And what else are they making?
Just the cap.
Cabernet Sauvignon and Sauvignon Blanc.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I like that.
See,
And-
200 years of winemaking history can't be wrong.
The Sauvignon Blanc is Rutherford, and the
Rutherford.
Cab is Pope.
Yep. So they're on the side of
Are you
Valley, they're still
confused?
St. Helena. No.
Well, I mean, those are backwards to
Yeah.
most winemakers. I mean, I don't mean to be
No, no,
offensive,
no.
but you're confused.
We love the vineyard that Rutherford comes from. It comes from McGaw Family Vineyards.
Uh-huh. And Sauvignon Blanc and Rutherford.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's an expensive project.
So is it? Do you know the is it better
and Pope
fermented?
Valley
It's
is
4 months neutral.
for Sauvignon Blanc is the most inexpensive property, and you've done the reverse.
Reverse.
Yeah, I mean, talk about
Because you can
wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
Thanks.
Hell yeah, let's think of that one.
Yes. That is bold, and I love it.
Cheers. And the retail?
30.
Wow.
So Jessica, talk to us about the business in general in Napa Valley as far as retail. What do you see coming? Is that getting a bit better?
It is.
Or yes?
Yeah. I see a lot of people are becoming more interested in, not necessarily the 20 to 30 bottle. They're getting like 50, 60, they're liking it. And we have to change our retail space all the time because you can't compete with Costco and, the bigger box stores.
So
So,
tell
it's
us
fun to see these small.
So what do you mean by changing?
Not carrying the bigger producing wines,
Okay.
the wineries, the small boutique ones who don't even necessarily have a facility. They just have, they custom crush or they make at another facility.
Yeah.
They made 2 barrels,
Yep.
or 4,
Uh-huh.
5 barrels.
So
Exactly.
supply and demand becomes again
Yeah, people
back
wanna-
to the culture of what we're doing.
Yeah, they want to come in and find something that they're not going to necessarily see at home, but that was made by somebody who that's probably not their full-time job.
So,
they have another.
so wine and
it's
art
their
are
hobby.
connected again.
Yeah, definitely.
Such a poet.
You are.
Yes. I love your prose. So when was when do you see that turning around? It was the beginning of this year. That was
I would say the
a
beginning of this year. Definitely. Yeah.
What about you, Matt? Working at a very exclusive winery, and have you seen this changing trend as far as more busier than it used to be a year ago?
Yeah, there are definitely more people in the valley,
Yeah.
and there does seem to be an affinity for this is what I really want, so
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to drink, as opposed to boy, I wish I could drink that. Well, I'll drink this instead for now. So there does seem to be a fairly significant shift, and it's been really interesting lately. A lot of global influence, where people will show up. The Swedes are kind of back in town. The Russians are back in town. There's a number of, even oddly enough, a lot of Swiss clientele just as of late, which is great news because they speak English really well.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier. Yeah, it's been nice to see that the climb has been fairly gradual for the last about a year.
Yeah.
And we seem to be back at a point where it's not just that everybody wants the juice, they want exactly what they want.
Yeah.
So they're here to taste and be judicious about what is going to go home.
The 4th of July, our biggest American celebration, is a couple of days down the road. And and I set up a couple of tastings personally with friends today, and all the great wineries are sold out. And I had to cash in some favors to even do some tastings today. And that tells me that, not only America, but Europe and the whole globe is interested in Napa Valley. And they're back and they're strong. And, for me locally to have to cash in favors to do my own tastings personally today was immensely motivating in the right direction, that we are back and Napa is as strong as ever.
So now you having seen that, you have Brian, just saying, hey, what was your most expensive wine?
150.
150.
Yeah, it's sold out.
Yeah.
No marketing, no nothing.
Yes.
But again, I did it with the bass guitarist.
How many cases?
50, 2 barrels.
Yeah.
2 barrels.
But it was, I did it with the bass guitarist of Green Day, Mike Dern, great guy, and it's a punk rock son of a bitch wine. It's fucking great. Excuse my French.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah.
What is the price average of a bottle in your shop?
They go anywhere from about 25 to 2,000.
2,000, yeah.
Yeah.
What is your most expensive wine?
Right now, the Screaming Eagle.
Screaming Eagle. What vintage?
It is the 10.
2000.
9 vintages.
2009?
Maybe 9.
And what
Whatever
price
they're
point?
on, they just released it.
How many cases of that you have?
3 bottles, that's it.
All right, so guys, if you're looking for like some
Yeah.
2009 Screaming Eagle, coming with the wood box.
Yes, it comes
Right,
with
that goes.
Of course it does.
So give a call to Jessica at St. Helena Wine Center, right? How about you? What is your view on the economy, the wine economy in Napa Valley? Because you are working.
So many pies. This is going to be an interesting answer.
Yeah, it is really interesting, that need. There's been a strong need on the low end of the market to fuel massive bottom out, like fire selling type of things, and that's going away, and people are negotiating less for rock bottom prices, and representing a winery that has average price point wine $110 a bottle. People are buying. They enjoy it. They understand what they're buying is the quality, and I think the end of the day, that shows through when you're consistent. If you have good relationships, and we treasure our customers. So I think in general that esteem is coming back. And yeah, we also have a sister business in St. Helena, and the traffic in there is nonstop. And so it's nice to see the valley being full again, and people being appreciative and we're here for you.
Yeah.
We're here. www.justinvineyards.com.
Yeah.
But no, the economy is they're both, I think, on a distribution international level as well as just here locally. It's fun. It's fun to see.
Oh, I like the stories that are coming out of this whole thing. It's just because, like, the small wineries, the people where the principals are involved with what's going on. I mean, I don't know what's happening with the big wineries and whatever, but when it comes to like my projects and what I'm doing, the story has been killing it. And it's just my family, mom, dad, and I, just trying to kick ass and make it make something unique, something great, and something fun, have a great story behind it. And
tell me, because every time I talk to a winery or winemaker, they all talk about striving for the uniqueness of something. What is so unique about Page?
Well, I think it's interesting. I mean, my taste room's in Yountville, and it's one of the very few that actually we have our own facility. It's a warehouse garage that we, it's a pain in the ass to run, because we have to deal with all the effluent. You have to deal with all the pumice. You have to deal with all the stems and whatnot. But it's like, it's me doing the work. It's dad sorting through stuff. I mean, it takes us an hour to do 1.5 tons, because we're sorting through slowly. And here's my 77-year-old pops with his tam on. You pull the jacks out one at a time. Yeah. And that son of a bitch is just going out and having a good time. And we're playing jazz or whatever the hell. And sometimes
do you guys argue?
Oh no, not dad. Dad's pretty mellow. Mom and I do.
Yeah.
Because it's all about numbers with mom. But with dad, it's all about just like, he's just glad to be retired. He's glad to be working with his son. I mean, it's glad to be just alive. I mean, hell, he had a quadruple bypass 3 years ago, so he's just glad to be here.
That's a gift,
right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So it's we're family run, but it's when I have music going on from Tool, Korn to Led Zeppelin, of course, and then he comes in and it's like, all right, we'll chill it down and we'll do some of the stuff. He used to play break bass in a jazz band back in the day, so it's like, we have our issues, but the reality is just, I think, trying to put our heart and our soul into this whole thing, and it's a pain in the ass, and it's wonderful. I mean, the paperwork sucks, but
that's why you're your mom.
Yeah, that's what. I do a lot of it too, but it's like I was sitting there and I had the Beatles' Cirque du Soleil Love album on, and I was in cloud nine because it was the first time that I was able to just go a full day just working on wine and doing barrel work and getting things prepped and everything. And Mom walked out and says, "Man, you're happy." And I said, "Oh my God, I can't tell you how happy I am today. This was the day." It's wine, women, and song, if you will. I mean, it's like that whole kind of thing. It's for me, it's just getting everyone to the dinner table, getting everybody to like something like this, and just chilling out, drinking wine, and living life, man.
Sounds good.
We only got one chance.
Well, gentlemen, ladies, thank you very much for joining us. Again, you can have the last word. I want you to look at this camera here and give us the info how we can reach out to you, your website, and the hours of operation of the store. And go ahead.
Okay, so our website is www.shwc.com, and our hours are Monday through Thursday, 10 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 10 to 7, and Sundays 10 to 5:30.
Sounds good. So on the score of 1 to 10, I will rate the score for the quality, the selection, and all that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 10. 10.
That's 2 10s, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
I can never give it 10. There's always room to improve. I have to give a 9. I would love to, but
can you give me 9.5?
I can't give her 10 because she'll quit tomorrow.
You're smart. That's very cool. So here it is. So 29 points out of 30.
Wow, that's unreal.
Yeah.
Another first.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sounds good, ladies and gentlemen. You have the last word.
Ladies and gentlemen out in Cyberworld, this has been a scintillating episode of ToutSuite. We'll look to see you guys next month on Monday. Cheers, guys. Be well.